In the early hours of July 4th, a wall of water swept through the hill country. The number of people who lost their lives would reach triple digits. More than 2 weeks later, people are still searching for those missing while also picking up what's left. After the deadly flash flood, state leaders promised action. Our Dylan McKim breaks down some of the bills filed in the special session.
Ahead of the special session starting tomorrow, already more than 100 bills have been filed. We really want to focus on the bills that relate to the flooding in the Texas Hill Country. State Senator Carol Alvarado already filed a bill that will create a disaster recovery loan program for small and micro businesses. Another proposal by State Senator Judith Zaffirini would require any local government, whether it's city or county, that has a website, to post on that website whenever they receive any local safety or health risk alerts, that they post those alerts on their website for all their residents to see. Another proposal by State Senator Sarah Eckhart would actually create an opt-in program for people to sign up for a local emergency alert system. So when you go to get your driver's license either renewed or get a new driver's license, you would then have another option on the form to actually let you opt into this emergency alert system. You could also opt out at any time from receiving these text messages. But State Senator Paul Betancourt wants to take it a step further, or at least he has signaled that he wants to take that a step further. On social media, he says he's ready to file legislation that will combine old tech with new tech. The old tech he's talking about is civil defense sirens. He wants to require areas that are flood prone, like the Guadalupe River Basin in Kerr County. He wants to require that they place civil defense sirens in this area as a flood warning system. He also wants to take the new tech, so those messages that go out on your phone whenever you get an alert. He wants to make sure that those are not ignored. He wants those alerts to be override, that they cannot be turned off, so that they are alerting everyone no matter what they do on their cell phones. But whatever happens, our team will be here on the ground covering this, bringing you updates both on air and online. But for right now, reporting here in Austin, I'm Dylan McKim.
We've been piecing together the timeline of warnings in Kerr County the day of the deadly flood. Evidence we've collected, including dispatch audio and FEMA data, shows local officials did not send out alerts for hours after a National Weather Service warning, and the more targeted alerts didn't go out for days. I spoke with the county's former IT director who helped introduce the system there and is now calling for county leaders to step down for their decisions surrounding the disaster. What connection did you have specifically with the Code Red system?
When it was time to set up new users to help the sheriff with the initial technical parts of it, make sure all the computers could, log into it and use the system. Those were my main duties.
From his home in Kerrville, John David Trollinger spoke with me by phone about his concerns leading up to the flash flood that killed more than 100 in Kerr County. He pushed for the county to bring on the subscriber-based Code Red emergency alert system when he served as IT director. Today, that system is connected to iPause, which alerts all phones in a geographical area regardless of enrollment. A county official has to actually push a button.
That's right. There's no automation at all, Josh. We've got an emergency manager, and he's responsible for this, to be on the lookout, to be ready, and to be able to warn people and prepare them for this kind of exact scenario.
That emergency management coordinator is WB or Dub Thomas, who's served in that role since 2015. By email, Thomas told us he would not be responding to our questions or future messages, instead directing us to a joint public information email for answers, which 2 weeks after the flood still haven't come, even about the timing and possible delays in these potentially life-saving alerts.
It's his responsibility, the emergency manager, to get the messages from the state and from the Weather Service and prepare everyone, like the county judge and the dispatchers, to let them know that there's some event coming to watch out for.
Knowing that the National Weather Service had a watch out the day before and issued their first flash flood warning that morning at 1:14, when do you feel like an alert should have gone out by the county?
The day before, July 3rd. And that's why I'm so mad
Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
In Kerr County dispatch audio we obtained from a credible source, an area volunteer firefighter is heard requesting an alert go out hours after that weather warning at 4:22 a.m. The response? More waiting.
We have to get that approved with our supervisor.
Why would they have waited? That's my question.
It's incompetence. It's a leadership failure.
Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to add iPause, Integrated Public Alert Warning System, to our current Code Red contract. Now, Thomas.
In 2020, the year after Trollinger retired from his IT post, Dub Thomas brought the system upgrade before the county judge and commissioners for approval, detailing his knowledge of how it works.
The judge just read iPause is the Integrated Public Alert Warning System. It's run by FEMA. And it's an umbrella for several different types of communication systems that we can use along with our Code Red to notify folks when they're here in Kerr County about a flood.
Do you feel like officials in Kerr County understand the system?
Yes.
If I use Code Red, then I'll be able to, once I've taken the webinar for it, but it'll show me how to access that iPause system via Code Red.
Responding in recent days to concerns over alerts, Kerr County Sheriff said an after-action review would eventually happen.
And I know that's going to be asked over and over. Please understand that. We're not running, we're not going to hide from everything. That's going to be checked into at a later time.
We've tried talking to the sheriff, to the county judge, to the emergency management coordinator. Now all of those requests are going to a joint information center, and by law they've been able to delay their response to us due to the disaster.
So I'm telling you, on this public information, you're going to be stonewalled. You will be made to feel guilty just for asking for the information. I don't see anything that the county needs to do differently other than get a new sheriff and a new emergency manager. I don't think there's any solution other than to replace the people that failed us.
I asked Trollinger why he retired in 2019, and he said he disagreed with the county judge, who's still in that post today. The public information team in Kerr County tells us in a statement, at this stage it would not be appropriate to comment on statements made by a former Kerr County employee, and that the sheriff has promised a complete review of this incident, and that process is well underway. Again, the judge, sheriff, and emergency management coordinator have not specifically answered our questions, but we have requested record of their communication in those crucial hours, and we'll update you as we get details back. The deadly floods echo another Hill Country disaster. As investigator Matt Grant reports, some wish the lessons learned then would have left the region better prepared.
The river is the most beautiful river in Texas, but she ain't no lady.
38 years ago this week, a deadly flood killed 10 campers at a Christian camp in Comfort. Attorney Mark Nakel represented the families at the time.
I was involved in those children's lives and their parents, and the horror of losing those children.
Digging through the National Weather Service archives, we found a flash flood warning issued just after 1 a.m. on July 17, 1987. Less than 2 hours later, the river at Camp Mystic rose 15 feet with, quote, reports of people trapped in rising waters.
It's just too fast. It comes down immediately. It's a wall of water.
That quickness seen again this month, with the Guadalupe quickly surging over 20 feet.
What did you think when you heard what happened in Kerr County?
It horrified me, and a lot of feelings I had buried.
Do you think that officials should have known that this type of flooding was a possibility?
Of course they did. They know it.
Indeed, in 2017, the city of Kerrville, along with Kerr County and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority, produced this video, citing the potential for monstrous flash flooding, the video highlighting previous devastating events in August 1978 and July 1987.
And it rained about 15 inches in a matter of 3 hours.
And one night I was out with some friends from camp.
Kendra Wright was a counselor at a camp in Hunt during the '87 flood and recently shared her story with KXAN.
The same helicopter that rescued my friend had to go and rescue a bus of children on that church bus.
For Nakel, the lesson then is the hope now that lawmakers will pay for warning sirens in flood-prone areas.
We'll have more dead children if it doesn't. This was not an act of God. This was an act of nature. And it's going to do it again. You're going to get another front. It may not be 38 years. It might be 2 years.
Matt Grant, State of Texas.
In March, the Comfort Fire Department announced it upgraded its warning sirens.
Big picture problem is that parents, teachers, educators, school communities don't have faith in the STAR test anymore.
Lawmakers are going back to the drawing board to end the STAR test, the breakdown in negotiations, and the debate over what to replace the test.